phone, you can't see that. And we outsourced our outbound sales team overseas. So
Okay.
not only was it a struggle to getting them to learn a script and objection handling
Right.
and paying for their time and
Right.
spending the time, but then there was a whole other part of it where they just weren't educated on, and it was not that they, I mean, not that they couldn't get there, but it would have spent
Sure.
even more money spent to help them know now what makes a good opportunity. And so we shut it down. We spent a lot of money to do that experiment. And when Prop.ai was announced to the Owners Club group, and the software called on hundreds of people sitting in the room all at the same time. Everyone could answer. The AI would go through the script, it would answer objections, and then only send through opportunities. And I didn't have to listen in or hire that many people or train people on scripting. It was just a no-brainer. And
Sure.
we've been generating a lot of leads. Like I said, we did 6 commercial, but we also did 8. We sent out 8 residential offers last week
Oh,
from
wow.
Opt.ai. Actually, the home that so remember I told you I moved.
Right.
You can't own my voice. Now I see myself in the background.
There you are.
I told you I moved. So this house I got from Prop.ai.
Hmm.
So I bought this house,
Yeah.
and it came from a campaign we ran through the software.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's awesome. Now, hold, let me pause you right there because we've had some folks jump on since you've
I
been
saw
talking
it.
there. Everybody,
Saw it.
what's going
Yeah.
on? You've been listening. If you snuck in, you've been listening to our rock star guest tonight, Ashley Perez. We got Stevie D. You raising your hand or you just identifying yourself? Oh, you got a question. All right, Steve, what you got, bud? Wait, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I got it now.
Hey, Steve, tell Ashley where you're calling from.
St. Louis, Missouri,
All right,
my
and
house.
in your house. All right. What do
I
you?
have,
So what do you do? Just so she has a little context about what you're going to ask. What do you do?
well, I'm a landlord and I've done some wholesaling, and actually right now, which is not germane to my question, but I'm trying to sell a couple of mobile home parks.
See, Ashley, that's why Steve jumped on.
I love it.
No, I got on late because I didn't get the email with the link, but you texted it to me. Thank you very much.
Oh, good,
But my
good.
question was, I was on the Zoom when they were first talking with Prop AI with Sub 2. I belong to Sub 2, and I'm thinking about getting it. And I'm wondering if Ashley will be able to tell me. When they did that, they said they were going to have a pairing party with owners club members at that point in time. And if I get Prop AI soon, would there be other owners club members that I could pair up to give them, the closers?
Yes, Stevie. Yes, of course. There is different packages that you can get. And one of them is being able to partner up with an Owners Club member. Actually, you have a few. Shout out to Ashley Deloney on
Hey.
the call.
You're on the call, right?
Yeah, she is. So Ash is a new sub too. Owners Club member. But yes, you will, as long as that is the package that you are going to use, you will get connected with an Owners Club member. They will put you into their organization. You will provide leads
Hmm.
using prop.ai, and then they
Yeah.
will use their systems and processes and people to help you get deals done.
Yeah. I saw that whole presentation. I loved it. I just couldn't pull the trigger that day.
No.
So,
I just started using it. I've been wanting to. I've been waiting. I've just started using it like this past month, buddy. It is amazing. So if you get a
all right.
chance, yeah, if you get a chance, start. Get at it.
Okay. And like I said, I talked to one owners club member in Canada about my Ohio mobile home parks.
Who was that person?
Aubrey, I think his name was.
Okay.
I'd have to look it up. He's in Canada. Or Daryl, maybe. Maybe it was Daryl. I sent out the mobile home parks to a lot of people and had a lot of conversations.
How did you find them?
I went out to Sub2 and posted that I had 2 mobile home parks to sell.
Well, no, how did you find the mobile home parks?
I was at I couldn't go squat up. I was at something here called REI Black Book, and I met somebody that's working on selling them, and I got involved with him, and we're working on selling them together.
Nice.
Connector, sort of like a connector. You know, our mutual friend Pace has talked about being a connector, right?
Yep. Where did you,
And I said to him,
where are your mobile home parks?
in Ohio.
Oh, in Ohio. And
Yeah.
what are the, Andrew wants to know the terms. What are the terms?
I can email I have a nice little package set up, and I've been emailing it to those that expressed interest.
All right. Well, you know, Rich, I don't know about you, man. Are you looking at some mobile home parks, dude?
Me? Not right now. Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. But I mean, you know, I've got a good friend who does them. And if that good friend, you know, said, "Hey, Rich, we need to get in on this,"
okay,
I would definitely listen. I would definitely listen.
Good. That's the point, man. I can't get here and start taking your opportunities, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Rich is the hardest working man in real estate that I've ever known.
Nah, no.
Yeah,
Well, you know, you sit in one place spinning your tires. You know, you got to really lay on the gas to spin your tires harder to get out of the rut. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on, Rich.
That doesn't mean you're. It doesn't mean you're. It mean you're working harder. It doesn't mean you're getting the results.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
And Rich
I
and I
appreciate
both
that,
have.
Steve.
Rich and I both have rental properties in the same town.
Yeah, so Steve owns properties in the town I was telling you about, Ashley, what I'm doing right now. He owns them there too. And I've been trying to coach him into like, hey, dude, don't sell them for cheap, man. Hold on to them and sell them higher than that.
Well, I'm pushing to get
comps.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude, you're killing me.
I'm pushing the envelope on that one on William Street, but I need
Good.
a little repair in the basement.
Yeah.
If you know anybody.
Yeah.
You always refer me to good people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get a hold of me. Get a hold of me. I'll get you the whole basement guy. He's doing, man. He's on the one flip we've got in South County. He's we found some water during the torrential rains we just had. It was starting to leak, taking water in the basement. So
Right.
I thought it was just I honestly thought it was just a superficial crack. Thought it was just something cosmetic. Yeah, it was actually a bad crack, but it's he's really reasonable. So and does good work. So yeah, I'll connect you with him for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
And if Ashley's in Sub2, she can send a instant message to Stevie D or Stephen D about the mobile home parks, and I'll stop talking. I don't want to take up all the time.
I can also connect you. You know, I could text you to if Ashley gives me the thumbs up, I'll text you to and do a mutual invitation. And mutual, you know, you've already met each other. You know, connect you. There you go. Just I'm going to connect you. Yeah.
Okay.
Easy way. I say, let's see. We got some folks in here. I know Ashley popped on very briefly and turned on her video camera to wave hi. Welcome, Ashley. And so we got 2 Ashleys on the call. And Keith is in the Zoom. Keith, are you? I don't mean to put people on the spot, but that's kind of what I do, isn't it? Isn't it, Steve? I kind of put people on the spot. No, but
no, you don't.
No, not at all. I see Keith. What's going on, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Not bad. Not bad. Let everybody know where you're calling from, what you do.
I'm in St. Louis, and I'm doing mostly rentals right now, but starting to get into flips as well.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Great to have you on today. Glad you can make it. Sorry for anybody that had a hard time getting in earlier with my technical difficulties, but hopefully it looks like a lot of you got on. Thanks, Steve, Keith. And David Halpin is in the house. How's it going, David? How you doing, buddy? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Hey, doing great. Thanks for the link. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad you could make it in. We've got Ashley Perez here. She is a phenomenal. I'm gonna hand it over to her in just a second to talk more about AI stuff. But David, tell everybody where you're calling from and what you do.
Calling from. Can you hear my kids in the background?
No.
Okay, great, perfect. Yeah, I'm in St. Charles here with my wife Shannon, and we've been doing real estate stuff the last couple of years. Flipping houses turned into buying and holding houses with some property deals that went well, and then we met Rich, and so I'm working with Rich on one of his properties in Cahokia over there,
Yeah.
and just really the real estate market has opened up for Shannon and I just in the last year or two in a big way. So we're excited to be a part of it.
Glad to have you on the call and in the local St. Louis real estate investing community, David. You
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Shannon. Yeah, absolutely. I saw Craig Schinneberger is in the house, and you posted something pretty cool too. I'm gonna feed you into a win, man. What was your like late win, and where you calling from? Like I was telling Ashley earlier before most of you got on, I feel like King, Larry King, like caller, where are you calling from, or whatever. Oh, you're muted. There you go.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thanks, Rich. I do appreciate that link. Sorry I'm late to the party. Definitely was having some technical problems. All is well. Yeah. So I am here in St. Louis as well. I've been a landlord for about 10 years, and I'm getting some fix and flips under my belt now. I've got 3 completed. I've got 1 underway and another, or supposed to close on another this coming Wednesday. So picking up some momentum, getting some traction.
Yeah, you are.
Man, it's so good. And
yeah,
I owe a lot of big thanks to Rich for kind of guiding me around. You know, I just follow Rich. If Rich is having a meetup or if he's going somewhere, that's where I need to be.
Oh, Craig, you're too kind, brother.
Connections. It's good
You're
stuff.
too kind.
Good stuff.
You're too kind. Oh man, no, that's great. Thanks for that shout out too. But so is the one coming up? Is that going to be number 5, or is that the number 4 you were talking about?
That will be number 5. Yeah, 4
freaking
is
awesome.
Getting underway. Yeah, I think we're going to keep 4 as a rental.
Yeah,
5, I've already got a buyer lined up. I may not even have to touch it.
You know? Wow, that's awesome. That is fantastic.
Sell it on a wrap. It's taking it over sub 2.
Oh, nice. That's your kind of, is that your new need? I mean, that's kind of what you're doing now on all of these, or just.
That's good. Well, the one that I've got going right now is a cash purchase. Got a good price, you know.
Okay.
Hopefully, it looks like there's more work to be done than what I expected.
That's awesome, man.
That's pretty typical, right?
That's awesome. As you can see, Ashley, these are some fine people we have on these calls, and that's what that's what I try to attract. Oh, who we got in there? Wait, is that?
Well,
oh no, you can't hide.
Are you talking about Caleb? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now Ashley's got 2 most adorable boys. They're good kids. Yeah, but so everybody, I'm going to turn this over to Ashley, and because we had the technical difficulties, we might go a little longer than 8 p.m. flat, but it depends, or sharp. It depends on how long Ashley wants to stick around. But yeah, so Ashley, tell us a little bit about this AI stuff. What are you talking about? How can I get leads using AI?
Very cool. Thanks for having me. Listening to you guys all seem like a very great group. Very exciting to hear how Rich is helping you guys be successful in real estate. I think that's very exciting. I met Rich in a community with Amy Majuri that we're a part of in raising private money. I've known Rich to be extremely genuine, funny, and giving. So it all fits right in as to why you guys are successful. I know that he's built this community with, a lot of love and has had great success in the past with his conferences and now his meetup. So I feel honored to be a part of this. So thank you so much, Rich, for having me here and sharing and allowing me to pour into you guys, and hopefully being able to walk away tonight with a nugget of something with using AI. Just a little brief background about myself. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 13 years, a business owner for 11, and now bootstrapping another with my partner, Andrew, on the call. Shout out to also my dear friend, Ashley, for showing up today for support. And Andrew and I have been building out an acquisitions company straight through AI. It's how it's got put together. We're part of Sub2 Owners Club ourselves, and we've been able to move pretty quickly with using AI. And so I really want to highlight today to you all to remind you guys, if it hasn't already been heard, and I'm sure it has, but AI is really going to be a part of your business, or I shouldn't even say business, a part of your life one way or another. I'm curious to know from you all, though, before I kind of begin in a little bit about how we are using it in ours. How many of you are using AI? If you are using AI, if you could just give me an AI in the chat, just so I know. I'd like to just kind of gauge everyone as, high level and moving with the times, but I know a lot of us are, just trying to even figure it out and what it does. So, so it looks like Rich, I am gonna really pour into you guys, and I don't want to scare you all into AI, but I am here to scare it straight because it is going to eliminate tasks. I don't necessarily want to say people because that is a really scary part of it, but it will eliminate the tasks that are taking too long for you all. There are businesses now there. I actually figured out the name. I was reading a Tony Robbins book, and in Tony Robbins' book, Sam Altman, who's the CEO of OpenAI, ChatGPT, says they actually have a live bet going on in their company that in 2025, they're betting on the year. He is betting on 2025, where there will be the first one person organization that becomes a $1 billion company with AI. One person can create a $1 billion company if they, well, with using AI in their business. So you have to find some sort of way. And before you guys hopped on the call, we were talking about all the different ways in which we are using AI. And it could be as simple as helping you draft or even research your markets, contracts, strategies. I've been using AI for, and you've got to use different sources, kind of like Google to Yahoo to Hotmail. You've got to use ChatGPT and Grok and DeepSeek. All of them are pulling sources from the same, and it's not foolproof. So you really have to double check your work, and you've got to look into it, but it's becoming the new Google it. You now chat GPT it. You now grok it. You now make your life even more efficient by coming in using AI to find out this information. Dan Martell, I don't know if you guys know Dan Martell, but he actually just posted a video today right before I hopped on that said he will know the type of CEO you are by your history in ChatGPT. And it's your history being, what are you researching? What are you, looking to help you draft? How, how are you incorporating this into your life every day? And so it's again not to scare you, but it is to put you on a straighter path than just doing this all yourself. And for a lot of you, it seems like, you guys are all finding great traction. And so now I'm going to say the next thing to you guys is, now how will you keep up with your leads? You guys might have great lead sources. And I'm just sharing with you all how we are keeping up with our business and scaling our business with our lead generation. Some of you might have different goals. Okay. I have a very lofty goal. It could probably, not even register today, but I know that I have to underwrite a number of deals per month to get where I want to be in the next 5 years. I've been a business owner. I've been fortunate to be a business owner. I started my entrepreneurial journey straight out of college. That was the last time I had a W-2. And I don't know where you all sit on your timeline of jumping into a W-2, or jumping out of a W-2. Some of you still might be working your W-2s, but I bring that up to say that a lot of where you guys might be in this startup phase and this, doing things for the first time, I have now been able to do actually several times in different businesses and in different industries. And so now it's time to play even bigger. And in order for me to do that, I can no longer have my same mindset of it just being only me and my husband and me and maybe a few other people. It really has to be a true collaboration of a lot of people incorporating efficiency with AI. And so part of that has started at the very basic level of how we find our leads. So after, when you guys, I don't know, Craig, when you're done now with your fifth, where does your next one come from? And do you want to move into other markets? Do you want to expand and maybe go into a different state that you see opportunity in? And how will you even get there? Are you going to do it traditionally with maybe some, outreach yourself by hand dialing? Or we are using a cold caller called prop.ai. And prop.ai is really cool. And I could showcase it to you if you guys were interested at the end of the call and what it does. But we are uploading an entire leads list of an area. We filter by the property that we would want to buy. So we want to buy 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, minimum 1,500 square feet, minimum year build of a 1980. We also, for single family, will limit the purchase price. We will go after active listings that have been on market for at least 60 days so that we can structure creative offers, because those are the houses that have been sitting on the market looking for a purchase price that they just can't get anymore. So we're able to offer different solutions, and we take an entire leads list for free because they're active listings, and we put them into this AI cold caller. We choose a script, we press a button, and it will call however many leads I have in that list. So long as they're not on the DNC list, which is the do not call list. That is something that you cannot do outbound dialing. And so if I've got a leads list of 500, 400 calls will get made out. And however many people answer at the same time, the AI will start running through its script. It will respond and answer and give objection rebuttals back to people that are, spitting back out its responses. And then I only have to see the callback requests of the people that were interested. This was such a game changer for me because I did used to door knock. I was cold calling on the phone one by one by one, wasting my time not having people answer, wasting my time having people, tell me not interested. Before I would have to make 50, 60, 70 phone calls before I finally got the great opportunity. And so now I don't have to spend hours on the phone anymore. That whole campaign in our AI dialer runs for 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, we can get back 7 clear opportunities and only have to now focus our time calling on those leads. So I don't know if we have time, but if you guys wanted to hear it, we could showcase that too. I don't know. I scared anyone yet? Are you guys like understanding why we have to do this? Hi. The David's little daughters in the call.
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any questions now before I just kind of share that with you all.
What are you guys thinking? What are y'all thinking? Any questions?
Let's see it.
You want to see it?
All right, let's open this up.
Oh, they called your bluff, Ashley.
So our AI, yeah, so this AI, why it was just a complete game changer. Oh, I'm gonna send the
Yeah, go
request.
ahead. Yep. There you go.
Why this was a complete game changer is because the cost of this was less than the cost of my one VA, my one VA. Remember, with humans, you also have to compensate them differently.
Yeah.
So you not only have to pay for their time, but the way we were compensating is we were paying for their appointments set. And then we were also paying them on the deals sold. So three different ways in which they were in which they were being compensated. With the AI has, it just runs. So it's, I don't know, 297 bucks a month. And our one VA costs us at minimum, its base or their base salary is $600. Plus, now I outsource, right? So we are international, but still it eliminates cost. It makes us more efficient. So I don't have to run my prop AI anymore. So Andrew and I have a number of team members who did get plugged into our team. For Stevie, who asked, could he get plugged into Owners Club members? So we have a number of team members that purchase prop.ai that are putting the leads list into this software here and then spitting into our CRM. So that's a completely separate software, but that's how we're staying organized. So I ran this list, I forget when, but this was down here in Florida. I uploaded a pretty large list. You, on the minimum, should only have to upload about 500 leads. And 720 calls were made at once in 20 minutes. There is no way one person, let alone maybe three, four people, would be able to make 720 calls in a day. Like in a working day, would they not be able to get through this many calls? And then 114 people answered. So one of my other points about using AI in this way is just think about when we call customer service. And now, humans definitely still need to be involved. Same way, like I still love a good book, right? Like I still love the hardcover, but I'll listen to it sometimes. I might Google search it. It's just incorporating this into our lives to make it, right for the times.
Yeah.
So when we still call customer service, we still like a human. No, no, like there's no doubt about that. We like that relationship building, but there does come the time, and we've all experienced it when we're calling into the customer service and they say, your wait time is 25 minutes. And that's because there are not enough humans in the call center to take in the call, the number of calls coming in. With AI, the one AI account subscription handles all of the answered calls all at one time. And we can read through some of these transcripts and I'll let you listen to what it sounds like. But we still get people that, look, still want to talk to a human, regardless of it being a bot. We still get people that say, F you, take me off of your list, you dumb C word. Like that still happens. All right. Now, so the great part is we don't have to take on that negative emotion. The AI doesn't care the words that you call it. It doesn't care how many calls it has to answer. It doesn't care how many times it's got to sit on the call and wait. And so 11 callback requests came back from our runtime. Let's read something. So here we have, am I speaking with Gary? Yes. Is now a bad time? No. Is the property occupied? Yes. Does it have to do with the condition of the property? No. We notice properties in the area have a longer average day on market and are selling below ask. What price do you think would absolutely get this sold? I can't speak for the owner. I see. Can I just ask one more thing? If we're taking care of all the closing costs and commissions and get a higher price, do you think your seller would be open to a creative offer? My seller's looking at sellers looking for fair market value. Okay, thanks. I'll move this to underwriting. Can we call you within 24 to 48 hours? Sure. So now this spits into our CRM we can read the transcript, we can call this person back and have a little bit more of an educated conversation. We're not using AI to completely eliminate the conversation. We're just using AI to just help us focus our time on people that are answering the calls and that will answer a couple of questions about an opportunity that we're interested in. So this has been going on for the last several months. I've used this not only in single family, I've used this in business. I've used it to find RV parks. I've used it to find laundromats. I've used it in another business that I have in a completely separate industry. So this is a part of your world, regardless whether you are just trying to be resistant of it or not. Even text messages that get sent out can be happening with AI, and we don't even know it.
Hey, Ashley, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
So some killer, like 10% answer rate. I mean, that's
It's
killer.
Lava.
That's killer. But you had 11 specific requests to call
The
back,
only
which
reason like
obviously
that
that's
is
your number one
I'm not in a
priority. You
meeting
get
with
those, you
Rich.
call back. But do you
Yeah,
find yourself going through the answered
that's
calls
muted.
and
Everybody else.
sorry. Yeah, do you find yourself going through the answered calls and looking at the transcripts to see exactly like, okay, well, boom, they kind of wanted to talk to somebody, but they didn't say it, or maybe if I called them, we could get a little further or something?
That is a great point. Absolutely, do we do that? You saw that within the transcript.
Yeah.
So now we will, so the answered, the callback requests, these two will filter into different campaigns into our CRM. And then we will read through them and then we will give them a call back because they just didn't want to talk to a bot. That doesn't mean it's not an opportunity. It's just they didn't want to talk to the bot. So,
Yeah.
but at least now we can focus our time on the 11 right away. And then we can sift through ones here that maybe wanted to just actually speak to a human. And, part of these answers are people that didn't answer the phone call, that got voicemails, that sold properties already been sold. And so you don't have to waste your time for that 10, 15, 30 seconds that add up. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. We're talking about minutes here of wasted time that you would have went through if you were hand calling.
Yep.
So I just want to last part here, show this to you, have you listen a little bit onto what the AI sounds like. I just want to set the stage. Are you going to say it sounds like a bot? Probably. Are you going to say, oh, there was that pause, but you can't, to me, it doesn't matter because we're still getting deals done. And it does not have to be perfect. And when you do come from the direct to consumer sales like I did, I didn't know my script off the top of my head when I first started. I didn't know everything about it. I did stumble. I did pause.
Sure.
I myself probably sounded like a bot as I said the same thing a million times. Did I walk through the doors that said no soliciting? That's the same as like, oh, you called the do not call number. Yeah, I walked through those doors. So it's to me, this can't just be like if it isn't 100% the way that it needs to be, then I'm not using it. There's some way you must make AI a part of your operations. If it's just text, if it's just helping you dial text, if it's helping you write your email, if it's helping you through research, if it's helping you edit your social media, somehow, some way, you need to make your time more efficient. And our way of lead generation, as you guys look to do more deals, as you guys look to venture out into other markets, you don't need to know how, you don't need to make the first outreach. You just need to maybe incorporate something like this. It doesn't have to be prop.ai, but this is what we are using in our business. So we choose a script type. There are a couple of scripts that you can choose from. This is our direct to agent approach. There's a couple of fields that you can fill out. The AI agent's name is going to be Jen. You can change it to whatever you want. It does have a female voice, so just keep that in mind. Your follow-up caller should be the person that will actually be calling this person back. And then the company name can be anything you want. I never make it sound too corporate like. I will say my business name when I get on the call, but I typically always just put local investor or local business owner. You can modify a little bit of the behavior if you are a little bit of an AI proficient, but I don't need to do that in this case. This script is pretty solid. So I'm going to call the number. I'm going to put it on speaker. I want you guys to hear it. I'm just going to go through it like a perfect call just because I want you to hear that. Maybe I might give it an objection, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. I do want to get you guys, any questions answered. So I'm going to give it a ring. Ooh, hopefully it calls me. I just looked at the time. So because the software has to be compliant after 9 o'clock, and I don't know if it's going to do it for the test call, but okay, good. So the call's coming in. It does not show spam likely. It can show spam likely depending on the phone that you have. Okay, it just says the city. So I'll answer. Hello?
Hello, my name is Jen. Would you be the listing agent for 123 West Test Place? Am I
Yeah.
speaking to Ashley?
Yes.
Great. So I'm the assistant of a local buyer interested in the property, but we have a couple questions before we prepare an offer. Is now a bad time?
No, now's not a bad time.
Perfect. Is the property occupied now or vacant?
It's vacant.
Got it. Is there a serious reason we should know about why they're selling? Does it have to do with the condition of the property?
No, I mean, I guess it could be remodeled, but no.
Understood. So we've noticed that properties in this area have a longer average day on market and are selling below ask. So yeah, what price do you think would absolutely get this sold?
I mean, at asking probably.
Okay, I will pass this along to our team. We'll send along 2 offers, one for cash and the other for a creative deal. So if we take care of all closing costs and commissions and get a higher price, do you think your seller would be opposed to a creative offer?
What do you mean by creative?
Well, sometimes if we can get creative, we can offer a higher purchase price if you're willing to get creative with getting the deal done. There's been a ton of ways in which we've been able to get creative, but it'll be dependent on your seller's situation. I don't know all the details, but that's typically what we mean by creative. Do you think your seller would be open to discussing something like that if we cover all closing costs and commissions and get the higher purchase price?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I am going to move this property to underwriting. We'll get back to you soon with numbers. Can we call you back within the next 24 to 48 hours?
Yeah, that's fine.
Excellent. Is there a preferred time to give you a call?
Tomorrow at like 7 a.m.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. We'll give you a call tomorrow at 7 a.m. Thank you for your time. We will be in touch shortly. Have a great day, Ashley. Goodbye.
Bye. That's it.
Wow.
Super cool, right?
Hey, it's only going to get better too. I mean, you won't be able to tell it's not a real person.
I know.
So true. So true. I think it's already a little bit better than it was a year ago when I first heard it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So Prop AI was one of the first adopters to taking on this product. And we've definitely gone through a number of changes, updates to make it sound as good as it does. Latency was a really big problem early on where there was a long pause before the next response. And now it's gotten faster. And so, it keeps evolving. And like you said, David, as it learns, it does get better. And yeah, it is going to sound like, it's going to sound like a human. I mean, she sounds like a human. There are people that, do just think it's a human. So, it's there. It's there now.
Right. David raised his hand here. David, what you got, buddy?
Well, I was just wondering if there's certain CRMs that are like optimized for this.
Yeah, great question. So I'll just actually reshare my screen here really quick. So Prop AI integrates with Go High Level and so it'll natively integrate with Go High Level if you have a Go High Level account. So it can integrate into that. Or Prop is creating workflows and automations that just automatically are set up for your ongoing lead generation. So this will feed right into, from the leads into Prop, it feeds right into our CRM. All the new leads will get filtered into this status here. And then we've got a number of pre-qualifiers. So we have about 5 team members on the team that will call on these new leads. We'll move them through the different statuses. Then we've got underwriters who will come in if we've got any of the opportunities that actually want us to put together numbers, and they will go through calculators and set us up. And then we've got closers on the team, myself, Andrew, we've got another closer, a part of our company that will verify those numbers so that we're not just sending out offers that don't make sense or that we wouldn't want to buy from. And then we move them through the rest of the pipeline. Right now, as you can see, we've got 2 offers accepted. We've got 2 under contract. We're actually, working through waiting on some of the results back from, offers that we have formally sent out. So this is a full-blown operation going on behind the scenes. We just got text messaging enabled. That took us a little bit of time to actually get accepted and approved for that. That just came through, I want to say like 2 days ago. And so now what we'll do is for the ones that are not answering our call, we'll send them a text. All of those people that answered and hung up, we will follow up now with a text because they didn't even hear the whole conversation. They just heard a little bit of that intro call and then hung up. And so now we will send them a text, just a very simple, hey, we were reaching out to see if you were, would accept it or would get an offer for at whatever the address is. Is that something that you'd be interested in? Yes, no. And then now a team member can come in, or eventually we will set up automations where if yes, then this, then we will get more efficient over time. Great question, David. Yes, it does integrate with the CRM. Well, any other questions? Yes, David, come on.
Yeah, so I guess are you uploading your CRM processes, I guess, into Prop AI? Is that how you're telling Prop AI how to work? Is that how it works?
So you can have it go outbound into this outbound to the dialer, and then any of the results come back into the CRM, or you can have the leads just uploaded into the dialer and then just feed straight into the CRM. Right now, we do not do the two-way sync. We are only uploading the leads into the dialer and then just feeding them straight downline into the CRM. If you did it the two-way route, then yes, you would be able to set up workflows behind the scenes to give it different responses, to have it call multiple times. So their Prop CRM has workflows where all of the numbers that didn't answer, so there were about 700 calls made, only 114 of them actually answered. So there's still, 600 or 590 calls that have not been answered yet. And so now if you're going the two-way, you can have the workflow and the automation set up in the CRM to then call the next day and see how many answer. And if no one answered on the second attempt, call a third time and a fourth and a fifth. They say, you get your opportunities done around like a 7-touch mark. I think now it's getting a little bit further than that, depending on your lead type. It could be as far as like 13, 15 touches. So yes, you can do two-way syncs where you're giving the automation and workflow from within the CRM to the dialer, or you just have it set up from within the dialer down to the CRM.
What else you
Thanks.
got, everybody? You got a few more minutes there, Ashley.
Yeah. David, do you have another question? Yeah. Just
Go for it, brother.
Is there a an application for the use of mailing?
oh yeah. So Go High Level is a um is one of the CRMs that integrates with a lot of different applications. And they have email marketing actually already set up within the CRM. So if I go back into Go High Level here really quick, there are already things, you've got here's marketing. And so this is going to be right now, my computer is going a little slow here, but you can set up email campaigns. They've got templates for you to use. You can also do websites where you can have a template of a website with your domain and it have a funnel. You can put in a funnel that just feeds that information into your CRM. You can send reviews. Here's the app marketplace where you can find all of these other applications that integrate with Go High Level, but whichever one you're familiar with, I believe even Constant Contact, that's one of the known email marketing. It can connect with your calendar and scheduling and advertising. And like I said, the text messaging is going to be the next venture for us here as a build out from our CRM.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just like on the verge of getting into CRM. So I think that it's really great that now I'm in this conversation about AI because it's like it wouldn't make sense to start it without doing both right off the bat.
I love that. That's a really great point because you do need to have an organization with your leads and your opportunities. And the best way is to get a CRM to help you stay organized. It can be daunting though for the first time business owner entrepreneur and figuring out how to build that out. You sound, like you yourself seem very proficient in technology, so you might be able to figure it out. A lot of people can't at their first time. And how I started, believe it or not, was a straight Google sheet. And before I even connected the automation, to take my callback request and just fill it in that Google sheet, I was typing it in. Actually, I'll show you what that looks like.
Yeah.
It was pretty robust and it did become very challenging. But here's this list.
Wow.
And we would type it out, all of this information, and choose the dialer that was calling and the follow-up caller and the statuses and the address with the
Wow.
Zillow link and the okay, we were doing that. And then yes, it becomes a lot to manage and to keep track of, to stay organized. So your way is the best way to absolutely be like it's prime state. It's optimal state. But if you were, going at it and just trying to piece it together, man, don't be ashamed, guys. Google Sheets did it for us. So, yeah,
Steve's got the same spreadsheet.
yeah,
Heck yeah, man.
yeah. Yeah, David. Yeah, so Go High Level is something that I recommend. A lot of different real estate CRMs actually use Go High Level as you can white label it. So they'll rename their brand. And a lot of them use the Go High Level platform to build out their CRMs. But yeah,
Nice.
awesome.
Nice. Any other questions for Ashley? I mean, did this blow anybody's mind? I mean, was this crazy? Yeah, Craig? Yeah. Steve's like, nah. What's that? Oh, Steve, you're muted. Oh, there you are again. It's all right. You're muted. All right. Sounds like Steve has something he wants to say. Oh, you're still muted, brother. It's a little microphone with like a red slash in it. If you tap it, it goes. There you go.
Don't confuse me with facts. My mind is made up. I definitely want prop AI. That's all I wanted to say.
I mean, it's killer, dude. I've been, testing it because, the Cahokia market for the turnkey rehabs I've been doing with the rentals, turnkey rental rehabs, tested that, did a whole thing, tested that, tested different sections of St. Louis with different, again, you got different, what do they call them, Ashley, where you got like yours and then the other ones like Ashley, you guys, she's being sneaky. She's got her own script in Prop AI. Isn't that, I mean, folks, we are in the presence of greatness. I'm not kidding, and I'm not exaggerating. Ashley knows how much I love her. She's awesome. But no, seriously, she is killing it, guys. And she's even got a script out there that I'm going to test. I know it's a business buying script, but I'm going to say, hey, let's test a few on these old homeowners in Cahokia. No.
Yeah, listen to the script first. That business buying one actually got me a 68-acre RV park under contract in Florida that I worked out with terms. And after I went to go see it, my terms changed because she wanted too much money down for what the park actually needed. And so I just needed to rework terms, and she wasn't willing to change her mind on that. And unfortunately, I wasn't willing to just give in
Good for you.
to that. But that did come from that business buying script, and that direct to agent script is a script that I built out as well. So
wow.
Yeah, I can help you guys with the scripts. I do have the back end access to be able to do that. So you let Rich know. Rich will connect you to me, and I will help you guys.
Absolutely.
Be
Absolutely.
successful.
I want you to create a Cahokia script just for me. Like, come on now. We all know this house is no, I'm joking anyway. It would be real.
That's funny. That's funny.
Anyway. No, if anybody have anything else they'd like to add or ask or awesome. Ashley, thank you so much for spending time with us. If you'd like, also, folks, I ask you to do this every call. Drop your name, phone number, and email address in the chat box, and that way, if you want, I'll get it and I can email it out to everybody if you want. But drop it out there, and if anybody wants to take a picture of it or write it down or whatever they can, but drop your name, email address, and phone number here. I'll leave this running for a couple minutes so you can do that. But otherwise, Ashley, like I said, thank you so much. This was awesome. This was better than I even imagined. We would talk about AI and whatever, but this is real stuff. Folks, this is real stuff. People are using this every day. I mean, Ashley's showing you, what she's doing to actually make it happen. And I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, when somebody can actually show you in real life, not just thoughts and oh, you could try this or maybe this will work. No, she's doing it and it's working. And so, what do they say? Find somebody doing what you want to do and do what they do.
I hope to have helped you guys.
Yeah, that helped a ton. And it's fun, playing with AI stuff is fun too. You get to tweak things, change things up. And like you mentioned, you don't have to spend 12 hours yourself making those tweaks. You make a little tweak, boom, send it up, and 700 calls in an hour or whatever you said it was? I forget.
In 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Jeez. Yeah.
Man.
I mean, it's just a little faster than what I can do them, but that's just because I'm me. It's just a little bit. I think mine was like 650 was the most I ever did. No, I'm joking. No, but thanks so much, Ashley. I appreciate you being here. Thanks everybody else for being here. Thanks everybody who showed up for Ashley, and thanks for everybody who showed up to learn from Ashley. I appreciate you being here.
Great.
Thanks everybody.
Yep, thanks, Ashley. Thank you, Rich.
You're welcome. Take care, everybody. And this will be on the G2 Free STL YouTube channel if you want to rewatch it. So check it out. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah,
Peace.
you're welcome. Bye bye.
All right, ciao.